Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something really exciting, at least for me. It's an Empties part 2 video. I already did a first kind of makeup collection declutter / empties video. If you want to watch that, I'll leave it down below. And if you want to see this eye look, this will be Friday's video. It's a kind of bronzy half-cut crease smoky eye, and I really love it. It's given me Valentine's Day vibes. So without further ado, let's jump into this tiny bucket of products that I have. This is from November, December, and January. These products are things that I finished up after my last video, or things that weren't quite empty. These are products that I did or didn't like, were expired, I used them up, etc., etc. So the first product, in no particular order, is actually a shower gel, and it's the Beauty and Planet Mimosa Flower and Coconut Water Scent, and this is a body wash. I also have this as a lotion, which I have not finished up, and it's just a really light coconutty scent. It's very kind of florally and very clean at the same time. It's not overpowering with that floral flower scent. This is so nice, and what I like about this compared to some other shower gels that I've tried is that it doesn't make me feel like that slimy feeling, like how you wash yourself and then you feel the residue product sitting on your skin. It doesn't feel like it's actually moisturizing you. I hate that feeling, and I don't feel like this as much with this product. I feel like the scent kind of lingers. It's really nice. I feel clean after using this, and that's what's important. And I'm not one that's super big on fragrance in body products, but because this is wash off, it's okay for me. And I really liked this. The lotion is not as hydrating as I would like, so I'm actually going to be repurchasing this in the spring. I think this would be a great body wash for spring and summer because that's what the scent kind of ties to. But this gives a thumbs up. This is a product I've mostly used up. There is still a tiny bit in it, but I've had this so long. I've had this since I was in Florida, so I know it's well expired. This is the Wet n Wild makeup remover. It comes with that pump similar to a nail polish remover where you put a cotton pad and push it. I like the packaging itself, but the product it claims to be a microcellular cleansing water, and it's a makeup remover. For this being a microcellular water, I didn't like it. It leaves this really greasy feeling to your skin that I just cannot get over. So if you've ever used the Neutrogena makeup wipes, you know that feeling after you rinse everything off that it's a little bit oily. Well, I can get over that because it eventually goes away. This does not go away. It has this really just slimy, oily, gross texture on your skin after you use it. Even when I wipe it off, like wash my face, I feel like it doesn't go away. And it wasn't that great at removing my makeup, honestly. Like, it got the eyeshadow off and some of my foundation, but it, like today where I'm wearing a wing liner, it would not take that off. Nope. So for me, this was a dud. I like my Origins micellar water better, and that will actually get my eyeliner off. I'm gonna keep continuing in this trend of Bath and Body products. So the next product is actually a sample. It's the Youth to the People kale and spinach green tea hyaluronic acid superfood air whip moisture cream. That's a mouthful. Basically, it's a moisturizer, and it was a sample, and I used I think 2 or 3 uses out of this, and I squeezed it to high heaven to get everything out of it. It doesn't really have a scent to it, but I took a little mini video when I used it of my thoughts. If I can find it, I will clip it. First impression of this Youth to the People hyaluronic acid moisturizer cream. Really nice. It's really lightweight. It's white and it has a very creamy feel to it. I would actually buy the full size of this. I really liked it. It didn't burn, didn't have any irritation. I just got out of the shower and applied this, so I'm really curious when I use this up how I really like it. But I thought this was a great moisturizer. It was very light in texture. It wasn't too heavy. Didn't have an overwhelming fragrance. It felt like it really got deep and moisturized my skin. When I am done with my little Origins moisturizer, I'm going to be buying this in a full size. That's how good it was. And I've heard Hiram, who is a skincare YouTuber, talk about Youth to the People, and I love what they stand for. Their products are cruelty-free and they're vegan, which so am I. So I will definitely be repurchasing this. Okay, the last kind of skincare bathroom related product is a face mask by Glam Glow. This is the hydration one. If you've never used this, it is this kind of off-white yellow baby food looking texture. And it has this really unique, weird scent to it. It just smells kind of chemically to me. I'm getting rid of this, one, because it's expired. I've had it for a very, very long time. I don't find that it hydrates my skin at all. I have dry patches. I have extremely dry skin, and this doesn't make me feel any different after I wipe it off. When you first rinse it off, you do feel hydrated, but let's say I put a moisturizer on and go to bed, I wake up and my dry patches are still there, no matter how many times I use it. I've used at least 4 of these bottles, but I actually stopped purchasing products from Glam Glow because I had the purple firming mask and it grew mold and it was not expired. And I contacted Glam Glow and they wanted me to send it back, but I had already thrown it away by that point. And the fact that a face product that is not expired grew mold and they couldn't rectify the situation or give me any information like, hey, are you keeping it in your bathroom? Is there a lot of steam? They didn't ask me any questions. I didn't get a refund, nothing. So for this being so pricey as it is, I think they're like $59 full price, which is insane. And they honestly don't really do anything, at least for me. The hydration one has a weird smell to it, and I didn't think it hydrated my dry skin, and it is very sensitive. So if you have sensitive skin, this is not for you. I have dry skin and I can get sensitive to certain things. This burns. I don't know what it is about it, but when I was younger, I used these a lot in college, and I didn't know that weird tingling sensation I was feeling was burning. And I didn't know that if it burns, you should wipe it off. So now that I'm older and smarter, I know that this product is not good for my skin. It burns, it tingles in weird ways, and it's just not something I want. I've tried to give it away and people don't want it. So with that being that expensive and nobody wants it, it's going to the garbage. I'm making a makeup, which is probably why you're all here. I'm going to start with kind of facey products. So the first one I have is the Pore Filler by NYX, and I'm actually going to cut this open and get every little last drop I can, but I wanted to include it because it is pretty much empty. I mean, there's a little bit left in it, but I've squeezed it to high heaven, and this was great. I liked it. I would repurchase it. Is it something that I think you need in your collection? Not really. I like the Tatcha one better, or the Too Faced, where is it? This one, the Primed and Poreless. This is a great dupe for this. I do like this one better, but it was good. I liked it. I would repurchase it. So this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It's a little tiny bottle, and I'm actually going to keep the bottle because it's great for traveling, but this is mostly empty. I just spilled a tiny bit out, and this is like completely empty. Ooh. But I've tried mixing it with water and getting every little drop out because this is a great product. Hands down, my favorite setting spray. Into eyes, I have a lot of products. So 2 Kat Von D liners. The first one is a tattoo liner in Trooper, which you can tell this is well loved because the things are coming off of it. This was completely dried out. It won't even like make a mark, but I did use it all. It was completely empty, so don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I have gone through tons of these. This is my favorite eyeliner. Yes, you do have to go over it a few times, get it black, but this matte finish and the brush is so thin. And it's a brush tip, not a felt tip, but that tiny, tiny top, you can really get in there and make a really nice thin point for your liner. Next up by Kat Von D is the ink liner. This one is dried up too. It has a little bit left in it, but I'm getting rid of it because it's also expired, besides the fact that it's dried up. I didn't like this as much as the tattoo liner because it has a thicker brush. And this is good for like thicker wings. Like if you wanted to get as thick as I did on your outer corner. Tattoo liner is great if you want a thin line, whereas the Trooper liner is going to be kind of thicker because of the brush. I also didn't like this finish. It reminds me of the Fenty finish where it's shiny. And I cannot stand that in eyeliner, which is why I don't like the Fenty one. It is shiny instead of matte, and when you blink, you can feel where the wing is on your outer corner, and that just drives me nuts. I can't stand it. So I will not repurchase this, but it is bold, it is black, and it is a good eyeliner. Next up, we are going into mascara heaven. My dumbass opened a million mascaras at the same time, but I did use them up until they were completely empty. So yay to me, because mascara is something hard to use up, but because I was doing Instagram looks and filming and traveling, it worked out great. So the first one is the Tartiste mascara, and this is very, very similar to the ColourPop BFF. So if you want this, I would actually buy the ColourPop one. It's cheaper and it really does the same thing to your lashes. Is this okay? Yes. Would I repurchase it? Yes. Do I think it's worth that $20 price tag? Not really, because I can buy the BFF one for like $8 and get the same effect. So this is a drier formula than, say, Better Than Sex, which is my go-to. It has a very rubbery little bristly wand. The ColourPop one has a more like fluffy one, similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex. You can see the wands are different, but I prefer this kind of wand on the BFF one. It really gets in there and gets every lash. Whereas these, I always end up stabbing myself in the eye, and it's just not a hot situation. So do I think they're both good? Yes. Would I repurchase them? Yes. I have very straight, thin, flat lashes. They don't hold a curl. And both of these mascaras make them curl, make them go up, and you can see each lash. But they do kind of clump together, not like spider lashes, but rather than being bold and beautiful and separated, they're just kind of stuck together and they're just like up. They don't look fluffy. They don't look, I don't know, like beautiful. They just look like kind of gloopy mascara that's like that. This one is a midi of the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This dried up really fast, like within a few weeks. It has a kind of weirder brushy tip, and it's okay. I don't mind the tip. I don't like this one. It reminds me of the Tartiste and the BFF mascara by ColourPop, but this kind of clumps them together way worse. And I just don't find it does anything. Like, it's so light. It's kind of a drier formula than the other two, which I'm not into dry mascara. I like a wet formula. But to me, it just left me underwhelmed. And again, your lashes are kind of stuck together and they're just kind of tinted. It's like tinted mascara. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't hold a curl. It doesn't lengthen them. It doesn't volumize them. I didn't like it. And I've tried that mascara more than once. Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte, I would not repurchase. Next up, I have 2 more. So this one's the Kat Von D Go Big or Go Home, and it's a mini mascara. This surprised me. I stopped buying Kat Von D products because of the whole she doesn't vaccinate her kid thing. And I got this as a trial size. Similar to the Lights Camera Lashes mascara, that's the kind of brush it has. I don't really like the brush, but it's okay. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest. This actually I like better than both the BFF and the Tarteist. This would probably go in my top 5, honestly. I thought it was good. I would repurchase it full size, and yeah, I'd use it for the whole 3 months and not buy another one. And it's cruelty-free and it's vegan. So if they keep this when they rebrand, I will definitely repurchase it. Last but not least, I discovered a number 2. I always use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And I don't know what it did with it. And I currently have 3 backups. So this is my favorite all-time mascara. It's the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Now, with all the drama in the makeup community, I have seriously been considering not purchasing any Too Faced products. They're just really shady and they're really two-faced, like their name. I really just don't know how I feel yet about it, but this is my favorite mascara for my really dry, thin, straight, non-curly lashes. This just does something beautiful to them. If I wear this mascara with a primer, it really holds them up. I have a fake half lash on, but otherwise those are my natural lashes. And it gives them some volume. When I turn my eyes, you can see it. If I wear this with a lash primer like the Tarte one, and then apply this, and my lashes are up, they're flared, they're beautiful, they're separated, absolutely gorgeous. I've been asked sometimes if I have fake eyelashes on, if I do this correctly, and I love it. It stays on all day. The only complaint I have is that it does flake. It's not waterproof. They do make a waterproof formula of it, which comes in a blue tube, but it's not vegan, which to me is really, really stupid. Too Faced. Why would you make a vegan mascara formula? It's cruelty-free, it's vegan, it's gorgeous, and then you change the formula to make it waterproof, but then it's not vegan. So I don't use non-vegan mascara. I'm not gonna put that on my eyelashes. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So I discovered a number 2 and number 3 mascara, and one of these I discovered on my own, which was the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. This is surprisingly vegan, and I didn't know how I felt buying a CoverGirl product. That is the wand, and it's very, very similar. It's like a carbon copy of the Too Faced one. I can really get in there and make my lashes big and bold. And what I love about this is it's drugstore. So if CoverGirl as a brand will go cruelty-free and make more vegan products, I will repurchase this because it is amazing and it's a fraction of the price. It was so good that I bought a blue one to try out for makeup tutorials. That's how good it was. I bought another one, and I'm gonna go out and buy another one because it's that good. And I'm surprisingly shocked because drugstore mascara, it doesn't really work for me. I just have never found one that is mind-blowing and that is vegan. So A++ in my book. Last but not least, my last little mini mascara is the Tarte Man-Eater mascara. And this one has the similar wand to the Tarteist. It's kind of like those little tiny dots everywhere. It's not super fluffy, and it's like a rubber wand, kind of like the Too Faced Lash Blast. And I like the rubber wands, don't get me wrong. They bend to your lashes, which is great. It's not my favorite though. I like those fluffier ones better. This, I don't know what to say. My coworkers had really dark, just gorgeous eyelashes, and I asked one of them what they were wearing, and she told me, oh, it's the Maneater mascara by Tarte. I have this in my collection and I hadn't opened it and I was waiting. So I opened it and I used it, and oh my God. Yes, it does dry out faster than my other mascaras I've showed you. And I used this until it was completely gone. Nothing left. It was amazing. And I would love to repurchase this full size, which I never purchase full size mascaras. I always go for the trials because they're half the price and it's going to dry out in 3 months anyways. I think the minis are also the perfect amount of mascara. I can never go through a full tube of mascara, except for that CoverGirl one. Okay. This is great. I love it. I'd give it 5 stars. I'd repurchase it. I'd buy it for my friends. Those 2 products would go down in my holy grails for 2019 because I discovered them in 2019 and I just couldn't get over how good they were. Last 2 products, I'm not sure why one of them was in my drawer, but I guess it was to compare. So I have a MAC lipstick called Dark Side, and I bought this in college when I was still in North Carolina. So I was like a freshman or sophomore. I had this in high school as well, and it was the same tube, but it got this weird texture to it. So I showed you with Myth and then Dark Side, and this is an amplified, this is a satin. So it's supposed to be brighter, but it has this weird oily texture, and it's like just straight oil, and it's not soothing on your lips. It's really gunky, and I know I've worn this lipstick for years and it's never felt that gunky, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna keep Myth, even though it's not vegan and they're not cruelty free anymore, but I feel like I just want to use it up since I paid for it and it's my money. But it's just oily, and even after I wipe it off, I just used a face halo on my hand. It leaves that oily texture and it's just gross and funky. I'm gonna keep it for finding a dupe, which I think ColourPop has one. I'm gonna find a dupe for it and then get rid of it. So I'm gonna include this in the empties because it is empty. And yeah, I will keep the tube for the back to MAC thing. I don't think I have any other MAC products though, so I might, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it is empty, it's expired. Last product I have is a Wet n Wild. It is the Wet n Wild Goodbye Photo Flashback. Well, no, it's the Photo Focus powder. So it's a face powder. It is so smooth. It's a pressed powder, and I broke the top off of it. I've had this since college, and I've been using the sides of it to use it up for videos, but it's getting to the point where it's hit pan so hard that this is starting to mess up my brushes, and it's just really hard to get the product out. I got interrupted, so I'm gonna get rid of this face powder and just part ways with it because it's starting to ruin my makeup brushes when I go in here. It's a great powder, but it's just dead. It's just dead. So goodbye, Wet n Wild Photo Focus, you were good. And I had a backup of this, but I don't know what I did with it. No, I still have it. So I still have a backup of this. That's how good it was. I bought a backup because it was that good. And I like this because it doesn't make my face look cakey, and it does set my makeup to the point it doesn't transfer. So I don't know what else to say. It's a good powder. I love it. That is my empties video of 2020 number 2. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I like making these videos. I love watching these types of videos because I love seeing what people are using up, seeing if they liked it, seeing if they didn't, and why. So I think that's really important, as well as telling you what kind of skin type I have and telling you about my lashes when I review a product, because not everybody's lashes and skin texture and skin type are the same, and it really matters when you're using a product. So that is my empties video. If you would like to, please subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot to me. and I hope that you do, because then you can see future content by me. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks again for watching.